students. All of you are welcome again to my YouTube channel, PDM Swayam. Today I am going to discuss about another paper of Zoology major, Geo non-CBCS syllabus. That is uh, actually the Developmental Biology, the fourth semester course. Um, in the Developmental Biology or Embryology, as you know that it is a study about the embryos. What is embryo? Developmental biology is a study about the embryo. First of all, what is embryo? Embryo is the early stage of an animal which is found in the egg itself or inside the maternal body. That means it is the changes taking place in the early phase of lifetime, which is actually most dramatic change of the animal life, transforming the unicellular zygote to a multicellular body or multicellular individual. The father of this particular branch of zoology is undoubtedly the Aristotle, who first studied the developmental phases of the animal life. The interdevelopmental biology is actually divided into few phases. For example, the gametogenesis, fertilization, cleavage, gastrulation, organogenesis, growth, differentiation, metamorphosis, and regeneration. About most of the phases, regarding most of the phases in your syllabus, we have a separate topic. Definitely we will go for that. First of all, we have a look briefly about the different phases of the developmental biology, or you can say ontogenic development. Again, we have to clarify what is ontogenic development. That is development taking place within a lifetime. There are two development, phylogenetic development and ontogenic development. Embryology absolutely concerned with the development taking place of an organism within the lifetime. That is why it is called ontogenic development. First phase is the gametogenesis. Gametogenesis is the first phase because in sexual reproduction, to form the early life, which is called zygote, definitely this zygote actually form as a result of the fusion of two opposite gamete or reproductive sex cell. These are obviously the male sex cell or spermatozoon and the female sex cell egg or ova. The formation and ripening or actually maturation of the two male and female sex cells collectively known as gametogenesis. Next, again I have to say clarify that the product of this gametogenesis are haploid in nature. That means both these two cells always have the half number of the original chromosomal composition of the individual. Next process is the fertilization. As we know that each and every living being having a constant chromosome makeup. To maintain the standard and fixed chromosome number of the individual or of the species, the two n number, n plus n, twice n, must be maintained through the fertilization. That means fertilization is the fusion of male and female sex cell or gamete. This is not only the, or you can say not merely a doubling of the chromosome number, that is formation of toism, but also it is the activation or rejuvenation of the entire system. That means from the fertilization, next processes are being started or being geared up. Third step is the cleavage or segmentation. It is the transformation of single unicellular zygote cell to the multicellular body. It is actually taking place through consecutive mitotic division only. When a unicellular zygote is formed after fertilization, the unicellular zygote transforming into a multicellular body through, through some consecutive mitotic division. All these changes are collectively studied in this particular topic, that is the cleavage or segmentation. After segmentation, as there is no net change of the position of the respective cells of the product, that means of the multicellular body or blastula. So some positional changes are at most required to form a future normal embryo. That is why the change of the or migration of the cell position to their future presumptive cell site or organ site occur through the process of gastrulation, which is called again morphogenetic movement. During gastrulation, actually the product of the cleavage, that means blastula, is being transformed to different germinal layers like ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. These three germinal layers basically occupying the fusion position inside the embryo through some movements. These movements are very peculiar and these are being studied in the process of gastrulation. Again, after completion of this gastrulation process, different organs are being formed. Different organ systems are originated from the different germinal layers in their respective position through some processes which are again a very synchronized developmental process initiated by some primary induction system, which is also there in our syllabus and under another heading, induction, primary or primary induction, that will be studied on later, will be discussed later. Next is the growth. Growth is the after formation of the presumptive organ, definitely multiplication of the cell is utmost necessary to increase the cell number and attaining a considerable growth. That is also taking place in this particular phase. And next phase is the differentiation. Differentiation is actually the most interesting part of the developmental biology. It is actually a diversification of cell morphology, cell behavior, as well as the biochemical functions. As you know, as we know that all the cells of the multicellular organisms are genetically similar, but they are dissimilar in structure, function, as a whole the behavior is also different. As you know, we have the muscle cells having different functions, nerve cells having different functions, blood cell having different functions, although all these cells having the same genetic material. This differentiation is actually a synchronized process again. It is actually spatial and temporal expression of certain specific gene. এই প্ৰচেছটো অতি ইণ্টাৰেষ্টিং, কাৰণ আমাৰ প্ৰতিটো কোষ কৈছোঁৱেই মই জেনেটিকেলি একে হোৱাৰ কাৰণেও সময় আৰু স্থান কাল সাপেক্ষে ইহঁতৰ যিটো জিনৰ যিটো বহিঃপ্ৰকাশ, সেই বহিঃপ্ৰকাশটোৰ ভিন্নতা পায়, আৰু ভিন্নতা হোৱাৰ কাৰণে সিহঁত বেলেগ বেলেগ কলা বা বেলেগ বেলেগ কোষলৈ বিভাজিত হয়। নেক্সট আহিল another process, the metamorphosis. As we have familiar that in certain organisms their juvenile stage are quite different from their adult stage, like the butterflies having the immature stage as a caterpillar. Morphologically, behaviorally, almost dissimilar, having in a same individual in a lifetime. That means from the juvenile stage, they are changed to another forms to attain the reproductive maturity by changing the morphology, changing the behavior, etc. etc. এইটোকে কোৱা যায় ৰূপান্তৰণ বা মেটামৰফোচিছ। আমি লালুকি ভেকুলীলৈ পৰিৱৰ্তন হোৱা দেখিছোঁ, বিছা পক্ষীলৈ পৰিৱৰ্তন হোৱা দেখিছোঁ। এই জাতীয় পৰিঘটনাবিলাকো আমাৰ অন্তৰ্জনিক ডেভেলপমেণ্টৰ বিষয়বস্তু। নেক্সট আৰু এটা প্ৰচেছ আছে ৰিজেনেৰেশ্যন। এইটো হ'ল সাধাৰণতে আমাৰ সকলোবিলাক এনিমেলৰে আছে, অৱশ্যে এডভান্স যিবিলাক অৰ্গেনিজম, যেনে ধৰা আমাৰ আঙুলি এটা কাটিলে আমাৰ নতুনকৈ আঙুলি এটা গজি নুঠে, কিন্তু সামান্য অকণমান যদি কাটা যায় সেইখিনি আকৌ নতুনকৈ গ্ৰথ হৈ পৰে। কিন্তু লোৱাৰ গ্ৰেডৰ কিছুমান অৰ্গেনিজম আছে, উদাহৰণস্বৰূপে আমি প্লেনেৰিয়াৰ কথা ক'ব পাৰোঁ, বা জেঠীৰ ক্ষেত্ৰতো আমি দেখিবলৈ পাওঁ যে তাৰ নেক্সট টুকুৰা এটুকুৰা যদি ছিগি যায় আকৌ নেক্সট টুকুৰা নতুনকৈ সৃষ্টি হয়। এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ যিবিলাক পৰিঘটনা আছে ডেভেলপমেণ্ট বায়'লজিত, সেইবিলাক হ'ল ৰিজেনেৰেশ্যনৰ বিষয়বস্তু। এতিয়া আমি ফাৰ্ষ্ট যিটো টপিক, সেই টপিকটোত আমি গোটেই ডেভেলপমেণ্টেল বায়'লজিৰ থুলমূলভাৱে এইখিনি কথা আলোচনা কৰিলোঁ। নেক্সট আমি আমাৰ যিটো প্ৰেজেণ্টেশ্যন, সেই প্ৰেজেণ্টেশ্যন আমি গেমেটোজেনেচিছৰ পৰা আমি আলোচনা কৰিম। ধন্যবাদ।